Hey Ryan, congratulations on winning the title. Your entire UFC career, you couldn't get a title shot. Bellator debut, you win a title. Tell me what's going through your head right now.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of relief. You know, I never got a shot to fight for a belt in any organization. You know, I've had these accolades in wrestling and even in football, collegiate wrestling. Then I go into mixed martial arts and I fight these local shows, but I only fight one time and move on to the next one. I win the Ultimate Fighter and then go to the UFC, never got an opportunity there. So to come in here, my first fight, you know, there's definitely a little, you know, fighting in a different promotion, your first fight. I wouldn't say there's kind of jitters, but you're new to the whole thing and you go and you don't know what to expect. I've never stepped foot in a Bellator cage before. I didn't know what the canvas felt like. I didn't know a lot of things. And so to be able to come out here and beat a top 2, top 3 guy in the world, you know, he's an awkward guy. He's hard to fight. That's why he wins way more than he loses here, and he was a champion, you know. And so to take this away, though, it's just a lifetime of work.
And were you worried at all when it went to the judges' scorecards that maybe they wouldn't read your name at the end just because it was a close fight?
You always are, you know, in those split decisions. But, you know, if you look at his face and the damage I was doing, he's just a weird, awkward guy to fight. If you ask anybody, he's hard to track down. He doesn't move the way you think he's going to move. He's all over the place. You know, every time I was thinking about throwing a right hand, you know, I could feel he's trying to slip underneath it and try to take me down, you know. So the fight didn't necessarily go how I wanted to go. You know, I wanted to come in and make a huge statement, but, you know, how many guys beat Phil Davis, you know, and I beat him twice, and then this time for a belt.
Who is next? Is it going to be King Mo? Is it going to be Linton Vassell? There's a lot of guys really making a case for a title shot.
You know, I don't know. You know, and I don't know how Bellator, like I said, I'm the new guy here. You know, I don't know how they like to set up their title shots. You know, I just came in. I came into Bellator. I signed with them. One track mind. I'm going to go in there and train my butt off and go win this title, right? And so I haven't really, you know, been into ins and outs yet. It doesn't matter. You know, Linton Vassell, is that Vassell? He was tweeting at me before he even signed with Bellator. You know, so there's a little history there. So I wouldn't mind fighting him. But then again, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing these big fights. What happens if Wanderlei Silva goes out there and looks like a freaking animal? Yeah. I wouldn't mind fighting him or a legend, you know, a guy like that. You know, I don't know how they you know, put those fights together. So I'm open to whatever. Like I said, I beat the toughest guy in the division already.
Any bumps and bruises in this fight? When do you want to get back in the cage?
Yeah, I mean, I checked a couple of kicks and I was kicking hard on with my left leg when I was southpaw, so a little swollen and whatnot. But I think it's all superficial. I feel good. Doesn't matter, you know. I'm going to stay active. I'm going to be an active champion, and I want to fight my whole contract out, sign a new one, stay in the champ, and retire as a champ.
And how's this experience, you know, differed from the UFC as far as the fight week and everything else leading up to the fight?
Yeah, it's been so cool and refreshing. Everybody's been so positive. You know, treated with respect everywhere we go, and you know that's the biggest thing I've kind of found out. You know, is a respect factor, and if you get it, you know, you give it back too. And so to stand up here, you know, it's just been an honor to go through this. You know, like I said, I got thrown in here, Madison Square Garden, you know, the biggest fight they ever had for a title fight. You know, and so I just kept my head down, did my work, and you know, went out there and did my thing, got the belt, and then now I look to be, you know, I got that fight underneath my belt. Now I look to really open up and come into my own. You know, just kind of testing the waters, even though I have the belt up here.